So it's Autism Awareness Day all around the world, and people are celebrating by exchanging presents and eating chocolate, and no, we don't do that. There's far too little commercialism for this day to ever take off. So people all around the world are lighting it up blue and raising flags and taking to social media and doing whatever they can to raise awareness for autism, which is great. That's wonderful. We definitely need a lot more of that. There's an inherent problem with raising awareness without actually educating people on what you're raising awareness about, especially with something like autism. And I kind of liken this to camping. If you ever go camping and you don't actually get wilderness training, or you don't know what you're doing, you just sort of bring your tent or your 26-foot long trailer with microwave ovens and satellite dishes, or whatever you call camping these days, and you're out there and you're having a great time, but then a little bit later you hear an animal outside. You don't know what that animal is, you don't know what its characteristics are, you don't know what it's capable of, or what it's thinking, or what it's going to do. You're afraid of it. You're fully aware that it's there, but you have that 2-year-old peekaboo mentality where if you don't see it, it won't see you, and you'll be perfectly fine so long as you're aware of it, you just don't know about it. And that's kind of what happens with autism awareness, especially when you just light it up blue, or you raise a flag, or you do something like that. So what we need is understanding. When you understand something, you are a lot less fearful of it. Now, about 9 months ago, I started a Minecraft server called Autcraft, and it's particularly for children with autism and their families. And this came about because of bullying. I was talking to parents everywhere on Facebook and Google Plus and YouTube and Twitter and everyday life, and their children were bullied everywhere they went. Their parents were begging for a safe place for their children to play. Now, if you think about that, imagine you can't find a safe place to play Minecraft. You're threatened everywhere you go. You have problems with people everywhere you go. You're made to feel worthless. You're made to feel defenseless. You're made to feel terrible. And parents were at the end of their ropes. They couldn't figure out what to do because their children had constant meltdowns and self-anxiety and depression and suicide. So I took it upon myself and I started a server, and I only invited my friends on Facebook. I didn't invite Twitter, I didn't invite fan pages or any special groups or anything like that. Just my friends, just people that I've talked to personally, and they had their kids come and try it. And I thought that would be great. Maybe I'll get 100 kids, maybe 200 kids. Maybe I'll have, a good little community. And I can take part of it, and I can help these kids, and everything will be great and wonderful. And then the first 2 nights, I got over 750 emails. Now, I'm not complaining. I like that. That's amazing. And in 9 months, that continued. It never stopped. Now, 9 months later, the whitelist for this server of just children with autism and their families is at 3,800 people. That is insane. And along with that came a lot of praise because it's a successful server and I'm doing a lot of great things for kids, and they're socializing now and they're reading better than ever and they're making friends for the first time ever, not just on the server but in real life at school and on the playgrounds, and they're sharing and they're caring and they're helping people and they're standing up to bullies and they're doing great. And I hear from parents every day that their kids are excelling at school now, and things that they used to fall behind in, like reading and writing and things like that. And then some of them are confusing their therapists because their therapists are wondering, what are you guys doing at home that all of a sudden your kid is doing so well? And it's Minecraft. Now, I'd like to take a lot of credit for that. I would like to say that that's me, and I talk to these kids and I give them words of advice and all of a sudden they're great, but it's not me. I started the server, and then the kids did what they do. They were kids, and nobody was bullying them, and nobody harassed them, and nobody judged them. And they were free to do whatever they wanted. If they liked bugs, they talked about bugs. If they liked My Little Pony or Pokemon or whatever, they were free to like those things, and nobody said that that was stupid. Nobody judged them for it. And they shared with other kids that liked those same things. And it was great, and they got to play and have fun and just be themselves. It was magical. And when you do that, when you give a child the chance to just have fun, they progress. They do the things they love and they feel good about it and they're not afraid. And if you're not afraid, then you talk. And if you talk, then you influence people. And if you influence people, you make friends and you find people that like the same things you do. And you get better at talking, and you get better at reading, and you get better at writing, and you get better at making friends, and everything just gets better and better and better. And they do that together, regardless of what I do, regardless of what their parents do, regardless of what anybody else in the world does, which is the way it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be influenced by bullies especially, but you're not supposed to be influenced by advice givers either. You're just supposed to feel good. You shouldn't need advice. You should just live your life. And that's what these kids are doing, and they're doing great. However, there's one thing that people never told me, and that's because this server is kind of the first of its kind, so nobody really was there to tell me. So if you're going to start a server like this, if you're going to start any kind of project like this, if you're going to do anything like this, this is the stuff I would have liked to know. So consider this me telling you if you want to do it. Now, when you start something like this to try and make a lot of people feel safe because they're bullied all the time, and you understand them and you get them and you take the time to be there for them and just have fun with them, and they feel comfortable with you, after a while that bullying from other sources stays, but now they see you as somebody that they can confide in. They see you as somebody that can help them, not just with the bullying that you've removed, but all the bullying that happens in their entire lives. And that can be other kids at school or on the playground, or if they're still going to other servers, or they're still talking to other people that they shouldn't be, or they made bad friends, or maybe even their parents. There's some kids, their parents. Anyway, so having been that person for a while now, a lot of those children, they come to me now. I'm the only person they can talk to. And if you're ever going to start a project like this, you're going to have to understand that there's a big weight on your shoulders that you're going to be taking on. And that is that these children are going to come to you at their worst. In 2 weeks' time, I had 3 different children come to me because they were at the end of the ropes and they were ready to commit suicide because they couldn't take the bullying and the beatings and the just general not caring anymore. And that is pretty tough to handle for anybody. And if I was to average it out, in 9 months since starting this server, I have talked to a different child every week for the entire 9 months. That's 4, sometimes 5 kids a week, 9 months straight. Of course, it's an average, so sometimes it's 2 kids in a week, but you get the idea. And I think that is where the real story here is. Not in that I helped so many children or that children are doing great, which is definitely good news, but that there are so many kids, just from word of mouth, just from me sharing with parents, just from people talking to each other and needing a safe place. They shouldn't need a safe place. There should not be 3,800 kids that can hear about my server from word of mouth that are looking for a place where they won't be bullied. So I put a plea out to the Minecraft community. I wrote it on my blog, and I shared it on social media, and I begged for help. For me, for the autism community, for the children that I talk to every single day, we need help, because I thought I knew how bad the bullying was. I thought that it was out of control and there was no way I could stop it. But I had no idea just how bad the bullying really was. If there's this many children feeling this bad all of the time and finding me because I'm offering a safe place, that's too much. And heaven forbid, I mean, I wish I could help the whole world, but when I think about what would happen if, like, CNN or the news or somebody picked this up and all of the kids everywhere that were being bullied found me, I wouldn't be able to take them all in. That would be devastating to my server, I think. And that is a very scary thought, not because it would be devastating to my server, but because there's that many kids. There's far too much bullying going on, far more than you and I have ever realized. So for today, for Autism Awareness Day, I know it's just supposed to be for autistics and for raising awareness and blah, 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 but I am asking for everybody, especially in the Minecraft community, but for anybody that can hear this anywhere that knows any child that's ever been bullied. It's not a part of normal life. It's not a part of growing up. It's not supposed to be normal. We need to put a stop to this right now as best we can, just by speaking up, just by putting our voice out there. If you do YouTube videos, if you do live streams, if you write blogs, if you share on social media, if you talk to anybody today, tomorrow, or any other day, Let them know that the bullying is worse than we thought. And if you see somebody being bullied, if you're on a Minecraft server or a World of Warcraft server or Facebook or Twitter, or you're at school and you see somebody being bullied, don't say, that's not my problem. Because it is your problem, because everybody is everybody's brother. Everybody's sister. We are all in this together, and we all do better when we're able to just be ourselves. When we do the things we love, when we share the things we love with others, when we work together, that is when real progress is made. That is when these kids can really, really progress and really blow away any therapist they ever talk to, any teachers, blow away their own parents and what they're capable of. If they could just be themselves, if they could just not be bullied, then the entire world will change. And that is on you and that is on me, but we can't do it on our own. I can't do it by myself. I really, really wish I could, but I need your help. I need for these bullies to not be stopped, but for somebody to stand up and get in their way and say, we're not going to take it anymore. You don't have to bully a bully to get them to stop. You just have to not take it. And I don't mean the victims of the bullies, although you definitely have to not take it too, but I mean for anybody else that witnesses it, that's part of the ecosystem around it, that anybody that has ever said, it's not my problem, everybody gets bullied, they'll deal with it, they'll get stronger, life gets better. Yeah, but it can get better right now. If we stand up together, make a video, get in somebody's face, do whatever we have to do, and say, it's time to stop bullying. So thanks for watching, thanks for taking part if you choose to, and thanks for sending me presents since it's Autism Awareness Day. No, we're still not doing that, huh? Anyway, thanks again. Let's see if we can do our best. Let's see if we can put a stop to this as best we can. Even if it means the end of my server because they're free to play everywhere else. I'm willing to take it. So thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace be with you.